All right, guys, this is your odd answers given to you for Chapter 8. We want to know if the parabola opens up or down. We're going to use this functions. We're going to answer all these questions on each of these questions. So this problem number 1, the parabola opens up because x squared is equal to -1 or equal to 1. There's a 1 in front of that. So find the coordinates of the vertex. So the coordinates of the vertex, we're going to go -b over 2a. So our a value is 1, and our b value happens to be -4, and our c value happens to be 4. So let's go ahead and explore that a little bit further. So I'm going to plug in -4 to -b. So it's -4. So I get -4, which is going to be a +4, over 2 times a, which is 2 times 1. So the x component of my vertex is going to be +4 over 2, which is 2. And then I'm going to take that 2, I'm going to plug it into the equation to get the y component of my vertex. The y component of my vertex, I'm going to get 2 squared, which is 4, minus 4 times 2, which is 8 plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, minus 8 is 0. So our vertex is at 2, 0, so we're going to put that right in the middle. And then we're going to go to either side and fill in the rest of our table. So I'm going to get to the left of 2 is 1, and then 0. To the right of 2 is 3 and 4. So let's go ahead and plug in our values for the rest of the table. If I plug 0 in, I get 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 4, so 0, 4. If I plug 1 in, I get 1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 times 1, which is 4. So 1 minus 4 is -3. -3 added to 4. -3 added to 4 is +1. And then it's going to be the same on this side. If I plug the 3 in, I would get 1, because 3 squared is 9, minus 12 plus 4. And then 4 squared is 16, minus 16 plus 4. So notice it's symmetric about that. So we'll come down and we're going to start graphing this a little bit. Oops, I went a little too far. So let's go ahead and plug in those things. So 2, 0 right here. 1, 1 is here. 0, 4 is here. 3, 1 here. And 4, 4 is right here. And then we have our parabola. Do we have any roots? Yeah, it does touch the x-axis right here. So we have a root at 2, 0, which actually is still our vertex. And later you'll actually find out that it's a bounce right there. And then did we answer all of the questions about this? Give the equation of the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is a vertical line which goes right through the vertex. So my vertex is that. My axis of symmetry is going to be the x component of it. So we have this imaginary line that doesn't really part of the graph, but that's our axis of symmetry, because remember x equals 2 is a vertical line. And do we have any other questions answered up here? And we have it. Okay, so parabola opens up, which was question A. And let's move on down. So there we would fill in our A, B, C, and D. We already answered them all above. Okay, so go on up to that. Coming on down to number 3. Does the parabola open up or down? It opens down because I have a negative x squared, so that our a value is -1, so it opens down. We're going to use -b over 2a. Notice I don't have a b value. There's not an x value there, so my b value has to be 0. Okay, so my a value is -1. My b value is not there, so it has to be 0. And then my c value is 4, which that's called our constant. And so I'm going to take 0 to find the rest of our vertex, and I'm going to plug in 0 to our original equation. So -0 squared is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. So I have a vertex at 0, 4. So I'm going to plug that right in the middle of my graph. I'm going to go 1 to the left, which is -1. And 1 more is -2. Go to the right, +1. Well, go this way, and we get to +2. Now remember, we have that negative out in front. So I'm going to plug in -1. So negative, and then -1 squared is +1. And then I have the negative out front. So I have -1 plus 4 So I get to 3. This will also have to be 3 over here. If I take -2, plug it in, -2 squared is 4. The negative out front switches it, so I get -4 is 0. So that's a 0 and that's a 0. And our axis of symmetry, remember we talked about that before, is going to be x equals 0. It's the x component of our vertex. So that's the vertical line that exists there. And let's go ahead and plot our graph. So 0, 4 is here. 1, 3 is here. -1, 3 is here. And then I have 2, 0 and -2, 0. And so this is what our parabola looks like. Remember, I could draw my axis of symmetry, which is this imaginary line that's symmetric. It folds over it. And so I do have 2 roots. It crosses here and it crosses here. So my roots are where it crosses the x-axis. So 2, 0 and -2, 0 are my roots. Let's go down and see if we have a number 5. I don't know if we have a number 5 on this problem.